Hey everyone. Okay, so my project is about the white Québécois identity and the notion of pure laine and how that relates to the question of immigration here and our own position as settlers. So um, it was frightening me that Québécois can have such a misunderstanding notion of immigration while not being settlers themselves, right? So of course the conditions are different and the sort of like racial entitlement are very, very different. But I was like, how can you be so entitled? How can we be so entitled to this land while we also arrived here? So this reminded me of immigration, indigeneity, um, and I guess white entitlement. So I wanted to, after La CAC one, I was feeling like I really need to address these people and to remind us of our complicity and the need of accountability and the need of change of behavior and thought. So I was thinking, how can I reach them? How can I reach those voters, those white Québécois voters that elected him? And what's so interesting is that this is where I'm from. I'm from a really white, wealthy suburbia, which I'm sure is full of François Legault. And so I had the image of the grocery store, that luxury grocery store, and sort of this aesthetic of wealth and cleanliness. And I thought, if they get a chance to ignore so many messages, maybe it's because they don't recognize them, right? So if I took the more like anarchist aesthetic, they'll just dismiss it once again. So I thought, let's put this message in a fancy, normative way. So I created those bags that to me sort of embody that in a way. So it could sort of like pre-digest the message for them. And that it can surprise them in a different way. So there was one in English, one in French. Of course, I thought a lot about the message and I figured out this one, but this is a whole process going on, and I'll speak a bit about the different ideas that came to my mind and the choice of this one. So I ended up choosing No Pure Laine, Settlers on Stolen Land, which is the first message that came to me when I thought of this project, like woke up with it. And so the first bag is in English, No Pure Laine. And the second bag is in French. The styles are really different. Pas de pure laine, colon sur terre volée. And I choose to write colon in this way just as a reminder, right, of our heritage and our lively presence. Like it's a heritage, but it's also still happening, right? Yeah, and so other ideas I had was colon sac à marde, which was a reference to the sac à marde, and it's more funny as well. So, but it's not as digest. And put in little yellow letters. It's just as digested, so that's great. And another idea I had was I was thinking, oh, actually, the most efficient way to remind us this message is by respecting the land. So I wrote to the Indigenous Leadership Group to see if they were interested in a collaboration where maybe I could design and print bags for them with serigraphie, and that could be used as a fundraiser tool or just as an awareness building tool. And there was mixed responses where one was very excited, or not very excited, but oh, maybe it's a possibility, I could talk to them, blah, blah, blah. So that was a really interesting response where I could just, make those bags for them and they could use it if they're interested. Another person said it would be more difficult with copyright issues. But so overall, I want this project to serve as either awareness building or fundraiser for probably an Indigenous cause here. So maybe the Native Women's Shelter, or I'll talk to different people to see if they're interested, and I would try to sell them as cheap as possible, but also for any profit made that would go to to a cause or a shelter, so it would directly be useful to people. So it would be useful to people. So not only spreading your message, but fundraising. So I acknowledge that these bags are made somewhere that I don't know, and which always bothers me about buying new stuff. And I haven't figured that one out yet, because I think to borrow the aesthetic of the mainstream, I needed to get something that looked new, that looked fresh, that looked like it was just bought at a store, but that actually has a really good message behind it. So this is the project right now, so it does have continuity, and yeah, this is the first step. Thank you. Bye.